Honda has finally relaunched the CBR 250 again in India. It was actually discontinued last year when the BS4 standard was made mandatory in April 2017. Now, the basic design of the 2018 CBR 250R remains almost similar to the previous version. Now, there are some key changes in the 2018 variant, like the full LED headlamp, the BS4 standard engine, new color option, and new updated graphics. First, let's take a look around the bike. And starting from the headlamp, it's actually an all LED headlamp. The LED headlamp not only adds styling to the motorcycle, but it's also a great new feature. Now, the beam is really well set and it's great for riding at night time. No matter wherever you go, even in pitch dark conditions, the visibility is really good. The lights cover great range and it's brighter so that your night rides are more safe. And at daytime, it adds a bit more styling. So the headlamp in the new CBR 250R is greatly improved from the previous version. And just above the headlamp, you have a windshield, and it actually provides a fair bit of aerodynamic leverage. The instrument panel in the new CBR 250 is almost similar to the one in the previous version. The RPM meter color scheme has changed a bit. The digital meter has a blue backlight and it shows us regular stuff like speed, time, distance, trip, fuel gauge, etc. You also get the mode and reset buttons for interacting with the digital meter. The direct sunlight visibility of the digital meter is also really good. Now, the instrument panel is missing a gear position indicator, but that's not a big deal. On the side of the panel, you also get the ABS light for the ABS model and also the engine light. Now, the instrument panel, it looks kind of okay. Honda could have redesigned the instrument panel to give it a more sporty look. The handlebar in the CBR 250R is positioned well and is comfortable for your short commutes as well as for long trips. It's not set like a sport bike where you have to lean forward and grab the handlebar. And for the buttons, on the left you get your dim bar light switch, turn indicators, horn and pass light. And on the right you have your engine kill switch and self-start button. But you don't get the hazard switch like the X-Blade and Hornet. Now, I don't know why Honda does this. They will leave a feature in every bike. Here, the hazard switch would have been really handy since it will help to alert others during low visible conditions. And since CBR is intended for long trips, this is a bad omission. Now, if you check the fuel tank of the CBR 250R, it looks sporty and muscular. But it's not that sharp as the CBR 250RR. Now, the tank capacity is just 13 liters. It would have been nice if the fuel tank capacity was 15 or maybe 16 liters. But the tank's ergonomics is really good for a comfortable short or long trip. The side covers on the CBR 250 2018 has updated graphics and it looks really striking. The new decals actually improve the overall look of the bike. And for color variants, there are actually 4 colors available for the 2018 CBR 250. And this color is the Pearl Sport Yellow. Now, if we move to the seats, the CBR 250R has a split seat and the seating comfort is really good. For the rider, the seat position is good for casual short rides and also for long rides. And for the pillion, even though the CBR 250 is a sport bike, the pillion feels comfortable and safe unlike its competitors. The tires on the CBR 250R is sufficiently wide. The rear tire is 140 mm and the front tire is 110 mm. Now, the rim size is 17 inches. The tires on the CBR 250R gives good handling and stability. You feel more safe at higher speeds and also when taking curves. The muffler in the CBR 250 is a racing style muffler. It's matte black in color and the muffler protector also blends really well. The muffler has a single exhaust and the overall look of the muffler blends really well with the design of the bike. The suspension on the CBR 250R is excellent. The front is a telescopic suspension and the rear is a Pro-Link monoshock suspension. The suspension's stiffness is set well, so whether you are riding in moderate speed or cruising at high speeds, the suspension provides comfortable and stable ride. The grab rails on the CBR are the split type and it looks neat. And when you check the rear, the tail lamp is a LED tail lamp. It's not some unique style tail lamp, it's more of a neutral looking tail lamp. There are actually two variants for the new CBR 250R, the ABS model and the disc model. Now this is the ABS version and the braking is really good. It's a 2-channel ABS and it's a great safety feature. In the ABS variant, in the front you get a 296mm disc and in the rear it's a 220mm disc. And as I said earlier, the braking in the ABS variant is really good with good feedback from the brake even at higher speeds. The ground clearance of the CBR 250R is 145mm and it's not that much, so you have to be a bit careful while riding through speed bumps. The curb weight of the bike is 167 kg for the ABS version. The weight is actually centered properly. Mileage of the CBR is generally from 25 to 30 km per liter. Now it totally depends on the way you ride. Now let's check the performance of the CBR 250R. Well, first for the engine specification, the CBR 250R has a 249.60 liquid-cooled 4-stroke single-cylinder engine. The engine produces 26.5 PS power at 8,500 RPM and 22.9 Nm torque at 7,000 RPM. The gear system is a 6-gear type and the gear transmission is really smooth. The gear ratio of the CBR 250R is also well laid out. The clutch, it also feels light and overall the ride quality is really good. The engine has sufficient power to gain speed in a short period. Now it's not like other sports bike where the engine will be really aggressive. In the CBR, it's more of a smooth but powerful riding experience. The speed gain graph is more linear for the CBR 250 unlike other sport bike in this segment. But Honda has well thought out and tuned the engine really well so that this bike is an ideal bike for your daily use as well as for taking it for a long trip. And if you want, you can even take it to a racetrack. So to conclude, the 2018 CBR 250R has the same DNA as the previous version with slight tweaks. It's actually a really good all-rounder bike. The design is classic and not that aggressive. The comfort is typical Honda and every rider will enjoy the quality of ride from the new CBR. The pricing is a bit on the higher side. The disc variant is approximately 1,67,400 ex-showroom and the ABS variant is approximately 1,97,000 ex-showroom. So that's it for this video guys, and if you like the video, please do hit the like button and please do subscribe, and also please don't forget to hit the bell icon. See you again in the next video. Till then, bye.